Welcome back everybody, Dan here, and thanks so much for joining in for this video. So we're back with another video, and I have what I hope will be kind of an interesting topic today. It's very interesting to me, and hopefully it will get some conversation going in the comments below. This could be looked at as somewhat controversial to some people, not my video per se, but the information that's in the video or the content that is talking about could be quite off-putting to some people because of the following. So what I want to talk about today is iRacing, and specifically two pieces of content that got released out of the blue in the last week or so. Now, I haven't been doing much racing, so I personally haven't driven this car or on this track. My rig is down because I'm adding some supports to it. If you saw my community post, you'll know that. I should have that stuff buttoned up tomorrow, and I'll be back driving, and I am certainly going to test out both of these items in iRacing. But if you do live under a rock and you do not know, let me just pull this up so I call this the right stuff. iRacing released a surprise to me. I assume they were a surprise to most people within the last week. Two pieces of content with this latest build. One is the iRacing Super Speedway, otherwise known as, or I've heard other people call it the Coca-Cola Speedway. And then, so that's an oval that they added, some big high-speed oval. And then the other thing is, which I actually heard about earlier than the Super Speedway, maybe a week and a half ago, is this collaboration vehicle, the Dallara IR-01, which is like an open wheel formula type car. And so really that's not interesting in itself. iRacing always pretty much will release some kind of content with a new build, some kind of car, some kind of track. Sometimes it's multiple, sometimes it's only one, but it's pretty normal with a new build for them to release some kind of content. What makes these items so interesting is that they are not real. The Dallara IR-01 is not an actual car. And as far as I am aware, this Super Speedway, this Coca-Cola Speedway, and I looked it up, I tried to find where it was real, and everything I got back said it was not real. This is not a real oval that ever existed. So this is really interesting, and this is why I say that it may be off-putting for some people who have been fans of iRacing for so long, because iRacing has never been, in the history of time, at least as far back as I've been playing, which is a long time, and I'm willing to bet some money, not a lot, but I'm willing to bet some money, that those who have been playing it before me would also say and confirm that iRacing, until literally like a few weeks ago, had only ever released licensed, number one, licensed content, cars and tracks, and number two, real cars and tracks, cars that you physically could drive, or if you're a race driver, you could drive it. They were in real series in the real world at some point in time. And then tracks that are really driven by real race car drivers. Always. As a matter of fact, they were such sticklers on this. I remember the developers, I remember vividly watching a video a long time ago, how the developers were almost looking down on other sims because they included content that was not real. Also, I've seen this argument in the community where you've got, I'm guessing, a 50-50, it may not be that, but you've got a portion of people over here that were very happy that iRacing only produced real content, and then you had these other people that wished that they would have fake quote-unquote content, but they didn't. And it's been talked about before. I've seen other YouTubers make videos, I've seen the developers talk about it, and there's pluses and minuses to both, right? But you have people on one side of the spectrum and on the other side of the spectrum, and they don't necessarily agree. So what's the deal here? Why has iRacing finally, out of the blue, really reduced not one, but two pieces of content that are not real? And again, I haven't driven this track or this vehicle yet, but what I can tell you is that I'm confident that they're not real. But that's not to say they're not a good vehicle. See, I personally am quite excited about this. I think that this is a great new turn in direction for iRacing. It's certainly not keeping with what they've done in the past, and I think it is a good move. This will open them up to be able to produce more content quicker in the future. Now, they don't need to flood the sim with only fake unlicensed content, but they have had a history of hashtag soon. If you know that joke, it's an inside joke, hashtag soon. If you ask them when they'll release something, they say hashtag soon, and it takes forever and sometimes is never even released. So because they've got that history, this will be, for me at least, a nice way for them to introduce more content more often. Now, I don't think that they need to go into making all unlicensed, not real content, but I do think some is okay, and that's just my opinion. But if you want to let me know what you think in the comments, I would love to hear it, because I know a lot of people are sticklers for this. They do not want iRacing to have anything but licensed content. And I can also see the benefits of that side. So, you know, I'm kind of sitting on the fence, but personally, like I said, I think it's a great idea. And already I've seen conversations about this, people talking about, you know, whether or not they think that this was a good move for iRacing. But again, this will be the last time I say it. I think personally it's a good move. I am really looking forward to driving that car and on that super speedway, which has got to be a rush. I saw videos of people earlier going like 240 miles an hour, like 3 or 4 cars wide. That has got to be a blast. Cannot wait to get this rig put back together and get out there and try that. Even if I just do some hot laps. I'm not a big open wheel guy. I'm going to take a second to talk about this Dallara, and I haven't driven it, but I've seen other people drive it, Billy Strange and several other people. And if you don't know about it, and again, if you live under a rock, this was like some kind of deal that iRacing had with Dallara, where they basically designed this vehicle from the ground up as if it was going to be real, but only in the digital space. So this is theoretically, it's like a real open wheeler formula style vehicle that could be real and has legit physics and stuff. So it's very, very cool. Yet it more than likely will never exist in the real world. It is only for iRacing. But the interesting point about that car is that it's called the Dallara IR-01. And this is another hint to me that they may continue to do things like this, because I believe that the IR obviously stands for iRacing and the -01 stands for number 1, meaning this is one of a series or one of 2 or one of many vehicles that they may continue to make like this. And that's exciting to me. You know, it just really opens up the possibilities of more lobbies, more races, and just stuff like that. So I think it's great. I personally think it's great. But let me know what you think in the comments, guys. Like I said in the last video, I'm super glad to be back making content. I have missed this. I have missed conversating with you. Thank you so much, everybody who liked and commented on my last video and said that they were glad I am back. I am glad I'm back too, and I'm glad I am back conversating with you guys. I missed you guys greatly. This was a huge part of my life, and I'm glad to have it back. So yeah, thanks so much for everybody, and I look forward to making some more videos and some more content. Up next, maybe, depending on if I see something else interesting between then and now, up next I may do an overview of the cockpit when I'm done putting those supports in it and stuff like that. And then, I don't know, we'll have some stuff coming, but for now, this is going to be it. So yeah. Don't judge me, guys. I'm still very rusty on this. I haven't done this in months and months and months and months, almost a year, so we're still a little rusty. But thanks so much, as always, for checking out the video, guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. We'll see you later.